Hello, this is Kirill from forexboat.com and welcome back to the course on testing and optimization in MetaTrader 4. Today's going to be a very exciting tutorial because so far we've done our back tests, our optimizations and our forward tests, and today is the day we finally get to launch our demo test. As you can see here, I have 4 different MetaTrader 4 terminals open and the markets have just fired up. It's just past midnight according to server time, and we're going to be using these 4 MetaTrader 4 terminals to launch 4 separate tests or sets of parameters for our Expert Advisor Simple System version 5.0. And then we'll be tracking the progress of these separate sets on these 4 different demo accounts over the coming weeks. All of this is actually happening on a virtual private server, and I can demonstrate that to you by just making this window a bit smaller and moving around. So this over here at the behind is my computer. This window is actually a virtual private server which is located somewhere elsewhere in the world, and I've launched the MetaTrader, installed and launched the MetaTrader's 4 terminals on the virtual private server, and I'm going to keep it running 24/7. That way we can avoid any interruptions to these demo tests. Now, I have already copied the Expert Advisor to the terminals, as you can see over here. However, now we need to copy the sets of parameters. So how do we do that? Well, if I go to my computer of the virtual private server, you'll see that I can only access the local drive of the VPS. Now I'll show you how to get these files onto the virtual private server. We're going to close this window, so that will keep our virtual private server running, but at the same time we'll just close the connection to it, so we won't see what's happening. Now I've already prepared these files over here in this folder. On my D drive, it's called files for my Forex VPS, and then in the subfolder sets I have the 4 sets that we want to run. So if I launch my VPS connection now and I go to options, local resources, more, drives, actually not all drives, just the D drive, I click OK, connect, yes, and what you'll see now is that I'm actually allowing the server to access my my D drive remotely. And now if we go to my computer here, right away you can see the D drive on my computer at home, which is great. That means now I can transfer the files very seamlessly. I'm just going to access the D drive right now. There we go. And now I need to find files for my Forex VPS and sets. And as you can see, the files are being copied to my virtual private server desktop. So while that's copying, I just wanted to mention that these tips and tricks on setting up your virtual private server, and actually some very important and useful information, they can all be found in my course, which is called Forex Boat VPS Setup for Algorithmic Trading. It's a course that I developed over the years of my experience of working with virtual private servers, and apart from handy things like copying files like this, from this course you can learn how to set up your virtual private server in a way that it is fail-safe, that if something happens and because of some maintenance schedules it reboots, then automatically your MetaTrader 4 terminals will self-launch, and there'll be a watchdog making sure that the connection is right with your server, and so on. So a very detailed guide on how to set up your virtual private server for reliable Forex trading. So check out that course if you're interested. If you're using VPS servers, you can find it on Udemy or you can find it on my website. It is a premium course, but if you're using virtual private servers for real trading, then it can actually definitely benefit you in the sense of minimizing your risks and exposure during trading. All right, so back to our course. Now if we open these terminals, and we just want to launch the Expert Advisor now, and so that we have a whole test running from the start of this week. There we go. So we're starting the test. It's still saying 7th September. It's actually, according to the server time, it's Monday the 8th of September 2014. So we want to run it maybe for a couple of weeks starting from today. So all we want to do is copy simple system. I've already allowed auto trading. We're going to choose for inputs. We're going to choose our sets of parameters, and they're located on the desktop sets. So this one will be set 1, the 10-hour set. And so 10, yep, that looks good. Okay, so run that. As you can see, this expert advisor has been launched. Simple system here. We're going to launch the second one. Okay, so sets. By the way, I ordered these sets, so the numbers of these sets correspond to the amount of profit they yielded during our backtest, and including our forward test. So that was the most profitable set. This is the second most profitable set. This is going to be the third out of the ones that we chose, of course. So just launching one more, and finally the last one. Okay. So there we go, all expert advisors are launched, and we'll check in soon to see how it's all going.